Hello and welcome to Season 8 of the Mundane to Magical Online Summit series. When I say that, I really can't believe we're on Season 8 already, but here we go. My name is Louise Matson, and as always, I am truly blessed to be your host. Today, I'm really excited to welcome back another beautiful returning speaker to the summit, the amazing and radiant soul, Catherine Rosenbaum. For those of you who haven't come across Catherine and her work, she is a gifted teacher, guide, and visionary, a true empath who, through love, compassion, a lot of humour, and joy, lives out her human design as a reflector. Being a reflector within the human design modality is incredibly rare. Only about 1% of the human population is a reflector, and it means that Catherine is a multidimensional mirror to everybody that she connects with. A pure lunar essence that reflects back to us the deep and often hidden facets of ourselves. And to sit with a reflector is a unique experience. Catherine is able to assist us to erase the old stories of our minds and transmit back into the soul crystals of our hearts. This is a subtle transition and transmission that can happen in an instant, but this is also why her video will be turned off for the duration of our conversation, as it makes it easier for her to hold this energetic space with us without being pulled into everybody's fields. Catherine has worked with thousands of master starseeds around the globe and has watched the beauty of the collective transmissions change our codes from time reality into here and now potentials. And I can certainly attest to that, having had a session with Catherine back in 2019 where she said I would be completely different in a year. I've definitely noticed the shifts within me. Catherine's clarity, insight, and support during a session can really open up profound pathways of self-understanding and get to the heart of what really matters. And when revealed, that once held energy is free. It's free to be available for new opportunities to arise and for our highest personal growth, for the personal and collective upliftment of all. A private one-to-one session with Catherine will activate your personal soul contracts and multidimensional encodements, and it truly is time for each of us to activate and allow our brilliance and our magnificence to be awakened again. Now, the topic of our conversation today is what's happening in the stars, and there is so much happening at this time. We truly are living through some remarkable times and a changing of the ages. And so I'm excited to hear what Catherine has to share with us this season. And so it's my absolute pleasure and honour to welcome you back to the show, Catherine.
Thank you so much. And welcome to everybody who moves into our aura together to help create a beautiful inner door opening for us all together as a transmission, as we move into a very serious cycle of they're saying true destiny points that have taken us a different direction back into our multidimensional bodhisattva, starseed, master family abilities together to change and reevaluate what we have been doing here on Earth. So thank you for inviting me on. You know, I came on because I think Lou is one of the most dedicated starseeds I know. She didn't come into the planet to have a white picket fence and sit there and let everyone do the work. She literally puts herself right in the middle of it to accelerate all of us. So I really wanted to come on because our duty is to break free of the homogenized world that's around us, the matrix, the fake world that I've been speaking of for years, the Truman Show. And we need each other to do this. So thank you for creating a format that we can find our own answers in the middle of the breaking down of everything that is a lower frequency. And now, excuse me, but as we're moving into a higher field, you understand that we will create a lot of energies or attachments that do not fit our energy anymore. So as we're moving into it, like the angel said, they would create a loud distraction so we could transmute it here together. So thank you so much. We're almost moving into that field. We want to remind you that I am a reflector. I'm a lunatic, and I am here to reflect the human race into letting go of the monkey mind. It's getting a little loud here, isn't it? Can you hear Lou?
Yeah.
I'm just laughing with them because it's the masters and they're asking us to detach from all drama,
Mm,
which is including this energy. So being a reflector and being somebody who has a 29-day cycle and understanding that I'm a calibrator and I am the barometer and the alignment of the human heart. It took me so long to find myself. When you learn about yourself through others and actually thought I was everybody else.
mm,
So why I come on to really help each other with finding your unique design, it can contribute you to awakening your soul crystal, your magnetic monopole, which is the work we're doing together here to bring you all back into your own bodhisattva and your own teacher and your own destiny points that will bring us into a unified force, into a new vehicle, a new collective as we're mutating through time and space.
mm.
So what I'm hearing now, and I just have to say Archangel Michael came in, he's the trickster today, and he just wanted to come in and said, work your magic. So that's what we're doing, reminding us that we are here, sitting here in time and space between two eclipses,
Mm.
not normal eclipses, Scorpio, Taurus, fixed vibrations. Taurus is the beauty and the grace we're moving towards. Scorpio is literally the deceptions and the darkness that has created a holographic field around the earth that really is not a, our destiny. It's actually a distraction. I feel really aggravated and agitated by how many veils of forgetfulness have been put on us. So, this eclipse period, we just had one on October 25th. We've all felt it. Eclipses last about 6 months. But that eclipse was very beautiful because it was in the codon, the I Ching, the human design of gate 50. And that activation was letting go of wherever we feel over responsible for the world, deep responsibility in our soul contracts, in our fears, the fears of having to do the work that's upon us now. And at the same time, that beautiful codon or DNA was all about the cauldron. This eclipse, while we're still feeling it, is awakening the cauldron within our own ability to give and protect and caretake this new earth that is here for us now. So we just had that. And I noticed, Lou, you have that gate very bright in your DNA, that number 50. So this eclipse that we just had, the solar eclipse that brought a new beginning there, activated your heaviness about responsibility and the wisdom to do things in a way that's much more energized, like an acceleration of how you do things. They said literally letting go of the whole mind of trying to figure out how to do it. It's just coming much more natural. We're still in that now. And then we have that beautiful part of us in this new eclipse coming up on November 8th. It's election day in the USA. And the great grandmother, Pluto, and which is a, and the time controller, Saturn, they just both went direct. So, what they're showing me is how some players in our blueprint, in our planets, in our universe are taking a step back and which characters in our play are stepping forward. Pluto and Saturn going forward is like ending a whole cycle. It's the volcano. We jump in, we annihilate, and we rebuild. Saturn is a pain in our butt. It's everything of the rules and the laws, and they've gone direct. Now, these eclipses are going to bring out a lot of, they don't want me, they changed my tune, excuse me. We're not ready to go into that field. They're clearing a lot more right now before we talk about the lower part of Neptune. So Mars, the planet of our energy, what is Mars? Our direction, our path, is tomorrow. You can't make up these times we get to connect. Tomorrow on the 30th, Mars is going to go backwards. And that is a cosmic rain check to go back and review everything. And it's squaring Neptune, and Neptune is our oneness and our divine intuition awakening, or our deception and our disillusionment. And we understand that the darker plan has been control and slavery. And the freedom that's coming through these new codones and these new fields of consciousness, the neutrino pool, is going to give us these 3 months, they said, to literally reevaluate our direction for humanity, everybody. There's 2 roads appearing in front of us. One is the road of following the leader, and one is the road of, in my soul crystal, I know I am my own way. I am the way. I am the power. I activate and accelerate my own consciousness within me because I always will know truth. Archangel Michael saying, truth or dare. You're going to go. You're not going to put your feet where you don't belong. And this whole trick or treat stuff, we don't even like that anymore. I'm sorry for all you scorpionic people that like to do the Halloweens and the people. To me, it is a trickster. And this field of energy, I feel really strong about protecting the children. This eclipse is going to activate some of these dark forces that are, the veils are very thin at this time. So they're just saying the thinner times, these seasons, it's really for us to hold our light, the time to hold the light over this next week. As Mars is taking us back, it's at a dead stop right now. It's like we're not moving. And to me, the universe has given me a moment, and you, to readjust, to understand we're going back through a duality, the Gemini. We're going back to rethink, reorganize, and start to let go of the frequencies that are feeling over responsibility and just a burden. Goodbye, goodbye. I'm just clearing as we go. I appreciate all of your auras to help me with this transmission. There's a lot of serious guides here. I don't have too many really, besides Michael. These are like lotus sitting masters. I do feel Buddha here, and I appreciate that. There's some other beings here, but they've been human, most of them. They've gone through their process to become greater, as we are doing, as we are now being reminded, as the mind and our actions are going to fall apart for a few months because we have to undo all the programming that does not serve us anymore. This is a cosmic rain check to review the 2 paths, the path of natural law or the path of follow the black magic, because there is a magical spell over us. The whole big pharma in the past has been sorcery. Do not follow outside of your divine, precious DNA that's being activated at these eclipse periods. There's a fork in the road so you can get the correct track of your ascension movements. This is an inside job. We are at a crossroads. Do not question that. How many of you are feeling shaky and unknown? We are in the gate of living without answers, becoming the mystery. When all answers finally fall away, then the inner truth will come forward. This eclipse is going to bring out of the crisis the most incredibly gift of consciousness, is how they're saying it. All my children will come home. It's a DNA up leveling these eclipses. It's really a beautiful time for us if we can stay centered and stay true to our own consciousness that we are protecting. We are here to protect our consciousness with you, but we feel that this is an inside job. We understand that Neptune, which is so mystical, representing our oneness, our unity, our higher love octave, is here. And she rules the massive deception and the plagues and the neurosis that we are here to put light on. Neptune can bring a spell or a dream. Michael says, don't bite the apple. As I was turning on my phone and saw it had that Apple logo with a bite out of it, I went, wait, this is creepy. Don't bite the apple, because this is like the breaking of the spell through higher love and unity consciousness. We have that dream being ignited from the inside. And Uranus, they joke about the name Uranus. It's a Kali Ma. It's a tower. If you're a card reader, it's trouble, says Michael, because it's the great goddess, the higher octave of our lower mind, Mercury. Uranus is the universe calling us to the higher universal minds for our intuitive information. We all have our entourages. We are reminding you. We are all around you. This is the heightened time to be alive. We are the star seeds. We are the lost souls, the star seeds that are creating the new earthlings. We are bringing in the new earth. Thank you for one and all. But these entourages are gathering around each one of you right now. Please take a breath. These are brilliant mystical realms of Uranus. As above, so below. Uranus is out of this world, doesn't touch it. So reminding you that we are cutting out old beliefs that have 3D mental stories, the matrix, the movie, the old dreams, the homogenized world, as we call it in the human design. And we are told we've been stuck in this. And until 2012, Lou, I'm looking that you had a big upliftment in 2012. I just saw this peacock behind your head and it just opened. It opened for you. And then Michael goes, uh-oh, because when it opens, we never know what's going to drop out of the consciousness. Because in 2020, to jump ahead a little, time collapsed as we knew it with that marker, a marker in the sky of the lineup of all that Capricornian qualities that broke our spell. And some went into fear. Some called it a pandemic. Some woke up. Some activated their intense star codes that are our birthright, that are built within our soul crystal. Isn't that what we're doing? Our sacred seeds are held in our soul crystals. The magnetic monopole is the soul crystal. There's many names for the quantum field of your Merkaba, the unique, brilliant, magical DNA that only you carry, each and every one of you. Sacred hearts. So within the starlight planted in your heart, this is where your ascension manual, a state of being of divine consciousness of love, natural, unlimited, unified within us all to activate. And you understand that I come from the stars. I really don't hold a real physicality. My body is my teacher. It's so hard for me to be human. I've had men in relationships say, "Why can't you just be human?" I'm going, "Oh God, I think I need to learn how to be human. Thank you. You're showing me something." And that since August 1st, everybody take a breath, please. Transmission from the angelics, taking away some levels of worry and shame that's been coming out through the eclipses. Thank you. So, this beautiful conjunction that all the heavens were aware of came together in a brilliant conjunction, another marker on August 1st ish. They're saying there is no time. We play with you, but there is really, it's only now. But in the time frame of the matrix, the North Node and Mars that's ready to go backwards, our action, our adventures, and Uranus, the wild card, all came together the first time in hundreds of years, activating the soul crystal. And what's so beautiful is that DNA encodement in your DNA is the most yin yin, mystical consciousness that we could ever hold in a body, men and women. It's a consciousness of the real unified force of the yin. And since August 1st, we've had this inner realm of activation of our DNA upliftment. We follow it through the designs, and it goes right into the soul crystal and all of our soul commitments. They're all being activated right now. And the funny part is, we think it's fun. The mind doesn't even have a clue what we're doing. It's all an inside job. It's a mystical realm that's been activated through the consciousness of your star seeds and your star families that are transmitting to us, if you know it or not, this state of love. And it's all coming to you. They're saying, well, how is it going to get here? Do we have to go put a bowl outside and gather the starlight? Of course not. Do we have to bless our water? Of course we do. It's all connected. But what we're doing is we're activating through the neutrino fields, where that holds the gifts. It's subatomic particles. It is non-magnetic. These solar rays of consciousness are activating us, and all our star memories are coming forth. It's time. And we honor our star families for hooking up with us at this time, bringing within our divinity our divine plan. And it's so much better than we know. And if we could really hold that consciousness, rewriting our cells, our genetic codes, we're literally creating the greater plan in the new earth from the inside out. And isn't that a wonderful South Node hidden Scorpio secret under the red alerts of these eclipses? That's, oh my gosh, what I've seen happen. Celebrities, politics, money, the whole fake money system, governments, stocks, everything is going to collapse. We're in our Pluto return, especially in America. The USA, the good old USA, that turns out to be a player in something that we are removing off of the earth. Any cognitive dissonance is being removed. Everything that drops down, please understand, we will have as unexpected of reversals of power and fortune, and then another unexpected reversal of great wealth to people that didn't even realize they had that in their game plan, and the wealth of the soul crystal and the values of each one of us coming together with divine love. They said, please follow the signs from this moment on. Every single one of you is increasing your synchronicity. Events are dramatically ending up for our new improved plans. They're coming forward. So don't look back. These are the times we're in the middle of the universe, bringing in an unknown consciousness that's going to bring us back to the divine dream. Precious, sacred DNA activations where we rise out of the ashes and we never look back. So we would say that's a little bit of what's going on in the stars. And how is everybody doing?
I was just going to say, actually, earlier on this year, I'd gone through the kind of the breakdown, and I'd been calling in freedom and joy since 2017, and I got all the freedom with the break of my relationship, the moving house, and everything like that. And I was just in the kind of flow of enjoying that, and I was guided to get 2 puppies. And my little human self was like, why on earth would I want to do that? It's like so much work, and I'm just got myself sorted. But that was the inspiration. That was what I was being guided to do. And so without kind of fully understanding the why and not really feeling like I needed to, I went ahead and did it. But all the way there, even literally driving to collect them, I was arguing with saying, why would I be doing this? Why would I be doing this? I've got all this freedom, and suddenly I'm going to create all this challenge and work. And that's, you know, it's a silly example, but it's not, because it's those inspirations. It's allowing yourself to follow them and not having a clue why, not needing to know why, even when they look to your small human self like it's going to be creating turmoil or challenge or, you know, more work for yourself. It's just trusting. It's being in that frequency of trust and faith, and allowing your own kind of higher aspect to kind of upgrade your system through your actions without the needing to know the why, or, you know, what this might mean in the future, what the outcome would be.
That's so beautiful. That is exactly, you're an example of how we work with the human design and the gene keys in your blueprint, because what was coming up is that fear from your splenic of too much responsibility. And that's the lower end. When you break that and you raise up, and as you're driving there wanting to go home, and you kept breaking through your own fear of the unknown, which your mind can't possibly know. The mind is, you know, get in the back seat. And what has occurred is the opening of more love and more learning about how to care for yourself through the animal kingdom. And that is a gift times 2 for you. Double your trouble.
Absolutely. But I mean, it's so much joy. I mean, they just in the 4 months that we've been together, I feel utterly blessed. They've brought so much joy just being them. And that's also the other aspect of it. You know, it's like we talk about, I mean, you know, I sort of, you know, guide people through being our authentic selves. Well, if you want to look at authenticity, look at small children and look at animals. You know, they don't have all the hang-ups about, you know, what we should be like. They just are. And so that, again, it's another aspect of the freedom to be completely you, because you look at animals, you look at these puppies, and they're just being them. They're just being their true selves. But they bring so much joy with how they are and who they are as well. So I feel utterly blessed and so happy that I did follow the guidance that I was being given.
That's so beautiful. And for every time you love or reach out and help these animals, you're literally breaking down the other force that has harmed the children and the innocence, and ways that we are saying this is who we are. We are of love. We are independent with each other, yet we are dependent on source, that we're not the drivers, we're the passengers.
Mm.
And this is going to bring more love into my life. There's so much negativity, the eclipses, the resonance of the higher fields are bringing everything. It's like a huge flashlight to me.
Yeah.
Every corner that's dirty and hidden and secretive that has harmed the innocence has to go. They're literally making a quantum shift from now into 2027 when we literally let go of every outcome that looks like in slavery and control and bad people and terrible things that can't live in an environment of love, acceptance, and trust in natural law. And it's moving through us. We're receiving that. And it really does seal that energy of all the harm, the duality of the opposite of how we've let ourselves go so far away from our core source. And that's for the journey of it. Your higher self, Lou, loves it. Yeah, come on, let's do more, further, farther, more. I can do it. I'll lead everybody into that spot. It's not scary. It's just dark as light that just didn't get the light. So we are just looking at that and how what is going to be seen to our optic nerve over the next few months is going to be really dark. And what will come out of that is the highest light codes, because we're dismissing and banishing once and for all through our unified force that we say world peace. We say we are the star seeds that have come to build the new human. We're activating and accelerating all our sacred DNA that comes from every part of the universe. We carry the organic seeds within our vibration, and we're here to stay. So, all of you varmints and scallywags and dark shadows, I see you. I don't hate you. I blend you with the fact that everything evolves. And I'm sorry you can't stay with us anymore. This is a one-way plan to let the bubble of consciousness surround us and ignite us from inside. That will change every living being on the planet. We are waking up all the layers. This eclipse, they said, going under the earth. All these sacred hidden things are going to come up. And yes, they might have to be an earthquake or another flood or something, but the earth is shifting. And as these negative things, as we fear it, move through us, something magical is going to come out from the secrets of this earth. And everyone here wants to stay to see what is being born here, because this is an awareness that we're walking into that is so full of possibilities and new consciousness that we will be able to move into this next cycle, no matter what the outer world is doing, with divine grace. And so this is a very potent time. I feel really it's an important time for everybody to let go of their belief structures, the shoulda, coulda, woulda, coulda, because the mind is losing the show. The programming is not our guide. Our heart is thousands of times stronger in electrical field, and these neutrinos are activating every cell of consciousness within us. And how do we prepare? We prepare in a unique way, every one of us. Breathing, chanting, singing, jogging. I don't know who needs to jog. I need to sit still, but there's some people need to move. All you manifestors, you got to get going. You're here to be, do it, do it. And then you generators, you beautiful majority of you, you're manifesting generators. Almost all the kids I know are mani generators. You know, you got to talk to them on an angle, because if you go right towards their aura, they'll blow you out. They're here to change the world. And the generators hold their work ethics and their power within their life force. Thank you so much. And the projectors that were just new on the planet to help be the guides and the teachers. I think that's a tough aura to do, because you're always here for the other. It's a lot of work knowing that you're not here to work, you're here to be a template and to show the way. And then those reflectors, the 1%, that so many don't even know who they are. They go around thinking they're like everybody else. It's such a disappointment when I was born awake and I looked out there and thought, ugh, humanity is still doing these games. This is not the 5D. You know, this is something that I don't know how I can find my surprises in this, which is my aura. And I want to say now, I feel them beyond. The darker it gets, the lighter we're moving into. The plan of light is so much more than our human mind could even imagine. There's been higher beings. There's so many ships. How many of you are connected or talking to brotherhood and sisterhoods of the divine? There's a lot of Pleiadians here. And that's funny, because when I was tuning in before we got on, nobody showed up for me. I thought I was going to do the show alone. You know, it's like now the Pleiadians come in, reminding us that they are covering the ships that are so big to the human eye. We don't even know. There's so much going on behind the scenes. All we have to do is listen in that pregnant silence, to be the keeper of the keys, and to take our key, which is you, and put it into the holistic divine center of it all, the lock. Our locks and keys are activating together. I think this is the most amazing time to be alive.
Yeah.
And they said, don't ask her that when she's out of channeling. I would say, oh my God, I have to clear, they're telling you, I have to clear up all the gutters. I'm in the men's bathroom scrubbing the walls in the ashrams. I have to clean up the junk. But truly, what we're deciding is that when you're in your love light and in your divine automatic skill set that's built into you, everything, when you look through the matrix, will shift in front of your eyes. And I am so sorry. Many will be not staying, they're going back home. And the ones that are staying are building the new communities that, Lou, you have been planning for at least since 2012, they're saying. You know, sometimes it takes time and space to get that plan going, because you are creating a building for people to come. It looks like land or a something around it, a matrix around a piece of land or a building. Anybody who knows what I'm talking about, call Lou, and please bring that to our attention, because I see it already there. So, yeah, the centers will be coming forward. We want you to know we're just blowing out the fears, the guilts, the shames, which is all the dark within ourselves. It's got to go. Because isn't everything out there that is dark and unimaginably evil is the consciousness of how far we have come to see what doesn't matter, what doesn't call our attention anymore? No more heavy information. We don't need another book, another script, another course. Though they're all beautiful tools, we are waking up from the inside out. When you love yourself and drink the waters and activate your sacred scripts of I am awake, I am aware. I don't know where I'm going. I'm in it. I believe in grace. I live grace. And I am rising from the ashes into something that I don't have to know where I'm going,
Mm.
but I'm all in.
Mm.
And I want to ask the angels. There's a katumi here, and we are starting to clear the turbulent fields of energy. I just see lots of energy in all of us. It looks like we're getting a clearing. Thank you very much, everybody. Take a breath. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm.
My aura is resistant, but I sample everything. They're telling me we're going to make it easier for the environments to have places of camaraderie through these times. If one area collapses, move over. I said, that's really wise. If something isn't working, go the other way. Whoa, that's profound. But that's what's happening right now, to really know we have a choice to be or not to be. And collectively, we're taking out any soul contracts, we're detaching from the dramas, more input, because every time we draw in the truth, it's going to change. These eclipses will take out the old. Everything that we feel is deeply wrong, called superstitions, toxic soul commitments, relationships that are not healthy anymore. We have to end the consciousness that does not feed you,
Mm.
for the projectors, the recognitions, the realizations, the people that are going to come together and be there for you, because so many people have fallen away from our lives since I spoke with you last, Lou, 2019,
Yeah.
right before we had that. We're doing such good work. I feel really supported from all of you today with the work we're doing in the divine plan on earth. We would ask you not to keep trying to jump up into the elevators, into the ascension places, because every time you do, you take yourself out of the now.
Mm.
We want you in your bodies. We want you activating the soul transmissions that are already built in.
Mm.
We're just waking it up. We're not putting it in. We're doing this together. What would you like to talk about, honey? They're still doing a transmission for everybody, but I do feel we can talk about anything. The mind doesn't have anything to do with the soul crystal, but we do like to be involved and talk about things that matter.
I know that obviously we're going through a really powerful eclipse period, but we've also got some other really powerful gateways coming up as well. And from what I've been given and shown is the awareness that, we may have felt that this year and last year were a ride in themselves, but we haven't seen anything yet. And you're kind of pertaining to the fact that the next 3 months is going to be this kind of, I see it as this dredging up of the kind of the thick, dense, heavy energy, but I also see it composting and lifting and the light bursting through it. So is there anything that wants to be shared about the other powerful portals that we've got? I mean, I know my birthday, the 12/12, we've got the 11/11, and we've got the winter solstice as well. So is there anything that we can be is there anything that we can be doing, being, to maximize, to make the most of and bring the most light in for those times?
Our imagination is so important because we're creating with our memories of something that was so much more beautiful, coming from all the different levels, the 15th, the 14th, the 13th, the 12th, the 11th, where Lou, you have been hanging out a lot. And we keep coming down, coming down. This flash of consciousness through the neutrino, through the universal awakened fields, everything is going to change like a wave of consciousness that everything changes. So what we're saying is to never dim your light, even when it looks so dark, because we're holding the quantum field of what is coming. It's in us, it's within us. We're looking outside of ourselves, or is it under this rock? Is it under here? No, it's within us. And so the nurturing of ourselves, the knowing who you are, your unique design, how to hold your own light, what you are not, which was a surprise to me. Being a reflector, all my centers are crystal clear. I'm not any of you. I don't even live in the light. I'm not even a solar being. You know, I stay up at night. I need my night time. So you all go to sleep and quiet the monkey mind so I can have my contact with the empathic fields of the lunar goddess. And at the same time, if I'm feeling this now, it's within all of you. I am the community being. I carry the collective within me. I'm feeling very positive today, even that the moon in Capricorn today makes us feel like we got to get to work, got to plant those seeds, which is happening for you specifically, Lou, next month. You come out of connecting. Oh, the last 3 months you've had quite contacts with the extraterrestrials, we're hearing, young lady. Well, that was fun. And now we're taking those implants of what you've had and you're going to bring it out into the field of earth, of earth. We're not going up in the elevator. We're bringing the universe down into a new physical field of a consciousness that's going to bring us freedom codes. It's going to make us care and be better people, that we're going to come and take our assignments of what can I do in my unique design to assist everybody? What is my unique contribution that's built into me? I think that is so magnificent when you have a big aha and not try to follow the leaders, because there are no leaders. There's only masters now, and star seeds waking up. And people remembering we didn't come down to jump on a ship and get out of here. Though I ask for that all the time, by the way. Thanks for telling on me, and that we're calling it down here because we are the heroes. And I'm here to reflect it all. It's so wonderful to be the cosmic police. It's wonderful for me to walk in a room and go, 99% are still asleep, but I see that little child over there sitting in the corner. They're wanting to have that beautiful wake up. And so, how wonderful to be in all your aura today and be able to feel the program is transmuting from all of you something really from gloomy to glorious, that we're going to see through the facade and the matrix. We're going to hold our woven bridge together, which we all are. And we are holding that golden bridge together. We are that. And I see there's some late bloomers ready to jump over. So don't give up. They're saying on your husbandry and your wives, or don't give up on your neighbors just yet. This 3-month period, they will have the opportunity to make a choice if they're going to go the same level, the frequency called awake and centered here now. But we love them all. And to know that some will not go with us to activate our divine hearts, they're the heroes that we step on their shoulders because they stay in the duality so we can rise up where we are into where the will of Goddess fills each and every one of us with the earth codes that have never been here before. The world is our teacher, they said, the Tara, the golden age, the Gaia. And many Lyrians are coming in. I don't know who's Lyrian right now, but I'm just seeing them come in. I'm seeing 3 or 4 powerful feminine beings here. I bet there's some people in our group that are here or listening that are very aware of their Lyrian courage to have left their homes to be here with us now. Thank you.
Mm.
What would you like to talk about, Lou? We're all ears.
I was told recently by a very shocked person who touched into my field that I'm incredibly open, and they were kind of seeing that as a bad thing, but I don't see that as a bad thing at all. Um, and one of the things that I realized when they kind of said that, because I just am, I am that which I am, and I've always been that way, is that, you know, it's when you kind of allow yourself to stand in your power that you can be that open and shine that light. And that's really what I feel we're all being encouraged to do. It's not necessarily kind of protecting your field. I mean, yes, there is a lot of there's a lot of dark energy and things like that out there, and if you connect into it from that fearful perspective, then, you know, it will obviously have an impact in a certain way within your field. But again, that's another beautiful experience of you being able to shift into your power and to grow within yourself. But it's kind of like allowing us to kind of stay in our power and really shine our light, like you said, in the darkest times that we see around us or experience. I'm just wondering if you, somebody's just actually said that in a reading recently they had that they were told that they were from Lyra. So yeah, they're off.
Welcome. I'm so glad you joined us. We're all watching. With the person who felt, because we're clearing so many superstitious, we're clearing the witch trials, we're clearing warlocks, we're literally clearing dark matter. And yes, the people who say that and see it in you, oh, you have holes in your aura, you might be picking up the dirt. It's really to transmute it, because I see people feeling superstitious or fearful of the openness because they're clearing the openness, fearing it like it has something dark in it. Like we fear the black holes. Watch out, stay in the light. I'm not one of those people. I live in the shadows because that's my aura. I love a lunar reflective period. So your shadows that other people say thank you. But I see a universal source field consciousness through all of us, and there's scallywags in the mix as much as the good, bad, and the ugly. So I welcome in it and say, you have no power over me. I won't say what I say to these beings, because I do clear a lot of dark attachments that are circling the world to try to keep us enslaved in a black magic. But we're saying, oh, sorry, we woke. We're awoke. We know that we are the teachers and we're returning the original codes back to earth. We're sacred carriers of the seeds within us, and our powers in the collectivity, that we all can be alone in a cave, but we know we're together. Yeah. And this force is building since 1987. 2012 had another kickoff. 2012 into now, there's nothing like it. Time is collapsing in 2020. We're bringing in something that is so mystical that our minds can't even imagine. But our soul crystals are being excited. Some people feel really nervous in these energies. They said, if you do, hydrate and pray for what is next coming. Because sometimes when we're antsy, we're just ready to have a breakthrough. Like you driving to get the puppy saying, what am I, crazy? I can't do this. Oh my God. Whining all night. But you broke through that and you've come into two beings of light that love you so much, that go to sleep and quiet when you need to do healing work. It can't get better than that. They're your guardians. They're your Sphinx puppies. They're saying there's one of two. There's two. There's one on each side. So we really appreciate the when the people bring to us our other parts of ourselves and go, "Oh, you're open centered. You better watch out." I feel it's just where we can connect with humanity, but not take it on ourselves. Say, "Yeah, I do. I do feel your crisis. I do feel that. I'm reflecting you too." Because every open center for every person reflects the world, your consistency, your defined areas in your auric field give you a presence, gives you an identity. And they said, I didn't need an identity. It doesn't really need that identity when I have all of you as sacred facets of DNA waking up right in front of my eyes. We probably have 64 people with us that represent all 64 codons, the DNA activations. Each one of us represents a star system.
Would you like to take a couple of individual client questions?
What do you feel about that? What's your gut say? I mean, I'd be glad to do it, but I don't want to do it for personal. I want whoever calls in to be the sort of the overlay of the whole
Yeah,
consciousness of the group. I wouldn't mind that somebody being a sampler of divine energy, but I don't feel it's as personal right now. I think you can call me. I knocked off 3/4 of my price, so anybody can call me and
yeah.
get a session for very, very. We have to really help each other.
There's
So
one
yeah,
question that I feel encompasses a lot of what people are experiencing, but I will go through the amazing special offer that Catherine's offering the Mundane to Magical audience this season. And it is a private one-to-one personal designs activation session. And I know from personal experience, having a session with Catherine many years ago, which just everything that she kind of shared within that session has then come about in terms of the last, in my experiences in the last kind of 2-3 years. But a private session with Catherine really enables you to activate your soul contracts and multidimensional encodements, and I really feel that it's what we're being called to do. It's necessary at the minute for us to really activate from the inside, as Catherine says. We're here to embody. We're not here to go up and out. We're here to come down and in. And so, a session with Catherine can really like shift you into embodying, because that's certainly my experience. I was very much connected to the up and out, and the last 2 or 3 years has all been kind of bringing everything down and in and clearing out the kind of the physical elements so that I can anchor those aspects and activate those aspects within my physical form, because that was something that I did not feel safe to do when I came in, knowing who we are and feeling the energies of this planet and going, oh my God, I don't want anything to do with this. So, I'm so grateful to Catherine for that higher awareness and that kind of kickstart for me. But yeah, with Catherine being a reflector, she's able to calibrate the new earth codes that are needed, and to enable you to get a really unique perspective on your human design blueprint, and your entire universal blueprint, because she's reflecting back to you all of those aspects of yourself that you may not have an awareness on from a cognitive perspective. And she really walks you through your personal blueprint charts, your designs, your DNA maps, and brings through the energies of your guides, your assisters that are wanting to come through. So, if you're struggling to connect with your guides and to get that awareness and that advice or that guidance, then they're all going to come through, because those aspects, those hidden aspects, are wanting to come through and share with us, to shift us, to activate us, to move us forward. And again, as Catherine's been saying throughout this session, this really is the time. I mean, this is the time we all came here for. So if you're only one of those ones that kind of came in with the higher frequency and were wondering, what on earth did I sign up to? This is it. This is it. This here and now. And it's really for us to kind of really step into ourselves, step into our power, step into that which we came here to be. And I certainly feel that a session with Catherine gives that clarity and also those activations to enable us to do that. So Catherine, as she said, is offering a massively reduced session price. A normal value for an hour's private session with Catherine would be $349, and we're getting it for $149, which is a $200 saving. So if you are drawn to, having a reading, shifting yourself, having an activation, then check out the free gifts page, check out the special offer tab underneath Catherine's photo on the upcoming calls page on the website, mundanetoMagicalLiving.com, and also on the replay page where you'll find the replay of this show. But the question that I feel a lot of people will connect in with is from Marie. And she said, she's done a lot of inner work, but she doesn't really see much change in the outer. And she's kind of lost motivation. She's lost kind of a feeling, a connection to her mission, and kind of lost the motivation for everything. And what's coming through me now is I can empathize with that, because there was a period earlier on this year where I kind of everything went dark. It was like, I don't know what I'm here for anymore. I don't know what I'm here to do anymore. And it was kind of like going into this. And I'm not going to say dark as in a negative, because I don't see it that way. It was just a space of no thingness. And so I wonder, Catherine, if you can kind of speak to that, if people are experiencing that kind of complete drop into, I've been doing the work, but I don't see any major change. Like I spoke to you before the session, I was seeming to manifest the perfect living and working space in harmony with nature, and then it kind of all fell through, and I was kind of left going, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. But from our conversation and my awareness, it was divine timing. But is there anything more that you can share from a collective perspective?
My feeling as I'm listening to you two and the conversation, I feel this young lady they're saying, do not give up. You can't quit because of that frustration or that feeling, because you're at a plateau, and that if you're removing those feelings of not moving or things in the way, or you have a block, but that is the work you're doing now. And we're very grateful to not keep thinking we're moving past something, but feeling the frustration, and that the timing, we really haven't gotten that growth that we're looking for. And they said, we're recalibrating you. Have patience. There's nothing going to be the same within the next 60, 90 days. We have Uranus and Neptune and Pluto all coming to a return point, all on top of each other. Those are the three outer planets. It's the super unconscious. Everything is ready to be overlaid into something we have no idea but to just strap in. And we know nothing, they're saying. It's not going to come from there. But you're right in there with us. We're breaking away the things that make us feel we're blocked, or that we're not getting the answers of our mystery, but the inner truth is activating for you. They said, drink lots of water, young lady. Eat the foods that really matter to you. I can feel the uneasiness in her, but they said, we are stepping you into the mastery process. And the first thing you'll notice as we move into the November, December phase is that you won't feel that nothing is happening anymore. You're going to start feeling, oh my God, everything is happening. Oh my God, I just walked into him. Oh my God, I knew who was calling on the phone. Oh my God, that person left my life. Yay, yippee. So to really understand that synchronicity is coming around you, they said, and we're really emptying the mind of expectations, because expectations is a mental plan we were taught as a little child, especially for you, and it's out. It's going out. You know, you're moving into a genius period. Why doubt yourself? It's better than you know. They said for an answer, we want to say to you, you are the answer.
Mm.
I like her though. I like that energy of this young lady. Who what was her name?
Marie Fabricas.
Marie.
Fabrici.
It's wonderful to connect with you. I think you have a lot to express too. It will be, it'll come automatically. The moment that you put down that pen and paper, you'll just be able to bring it forward. You're so close. Don't block it. So be it. We love you.
Joe is saying, how do we open our hearts when we are feeling stressed and under pressure? I mean, we've spoken about, you know, lots of dense energy lifting, coming, you know, seeing it in the collective. How do people keep their hearts open? How do people open their hearts if they're feeling that they're closed, whilst traversing these energies and navigating our way through?
They said, young lady, what are your strengths? We want you to focus on your strengths, not on anything else. You are here because you were hand selected to be one of the awakened ones to bring in the new earth. What else would you want to know? They said, don't go to her. And they're pointing to me because I just reflect back the shadows so we can clear them. There's nothing out of place. There's nothing wacky. Some of this energy is so heightened. The CMEs and these energies and what's going below our feet that we don't feel settled. So don't worry. Don't worry because the activation, the tremors, the belief systems are leaving your awareness so you can remember that only love is real. Everything holds grace in it. They said, find a way to hook into grace. You could sing, you can sit in the mirror and smile at yourself until you crack up, you know, look in your eyes, say, who the heck is driving my vehicle? I'm here to get in the back seat. Who's driving my vehicle? And I just want to say who joined us right now is the beautiful Yeshua Ben Joseph. He will be with all of us. No more guilt or no more judgment and whipping yourself for the feeling that you're not enough. Doesn't have any value in the new earth anymore. So everything that's coming up called crazy, fearful, anxious, can't sleep, can't rest, can't move, all that is breaking free of the codons of all that separation from your divine heart. And thank you. They said, please ask for the help. You have your entourage. It's not a one-man ship here. We have to call in and so as we're sitting here, Michael goes, what about now? Thank you. So we want to call in all the guidance teams that want to stand behind us for all the signs of where to detach from the dramas that don't feel good. Stop trying to fill our minds with more information. We're coming into the heart, which is a still point, sitting by the water, reminding ourselves that we don't know anything, that we're moving into nothingness so we can become a focus of love. And in that moment, it will be a flash of consciousness that we'll never look back again. We will never look back again. So remind all this unconscious nervousness and fear, and things look like they're breaking down, and the fear of the monies and the fear of the governments and the fear of poisons. It's all being shown so we can leave the planet. They said, please keep as clear and natural a path as you can walk. Do not get swayed by anybody. And be like the Buddha that looks and says to every dark energy or evil energy, you are not real. bug off. Well, that we would interpret it if we would give a little thought. And that's it. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you, Lou. We just lifted the whole audience of the people because the will of God knows who's here and who's not. And the divine intuition that everybody who is in earnest within the point of the mind of goddess, not the monkey mind, everyone will be brought into the new earth as if by overnight. They will never remember, wait, where was I? And yet we'll never forget that we are here for the freedom of all living things and that the animal kingdom has their part. And the giants, I'm very attracted to giants that are under the earth all over the world. I've seen one by a channeler, but there's many, many more coming forward. Ye of little faith, each and every one of you. You have no idea what this incredible congregation is bringing into the field. It's worth the wait. Of course, there is no time. It's all here now. And thank you for all your service. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous. They're the cutest ever.
Yeah. You just came. You wanted to share your energy with everybody, didn't you? Yeah. You are a beautiful soul. Yes, you are.
Rub my neck, mommy. Get my spot. Yes, this is devotion. This is how we bring in the heart. We bring in the heart by touching something that we love. I ate potato chips this last few weeks, avocado oil ones. But for me, I never ate a potato chip. I never liked them. So for me, it was a earthly contact to feel something wild, something earthly, something biological. Everything matters. And the love of each other, the love of our groups, understanding this collective of our meeting today is literally like a holographic ship that we're descending something new into the earth. Each one of us have brought something forward today that really matters. I thank each and every one of you for staying awake, for saying no to things that don't feel quite in the gut right, and just say no and move towards things that are better. We will always bring you the better roads. It's already here.
Yeah. Someone's just said, they feel ready to fully step into their potential, but don't know how to get the clarity. And I think what you've just shared is a perfect example of that. Just it's the little things, it's the little everyday things, just connecting into your truth in each moment. It doesn't have to be huge. If standing in the huge aspects of truth that you are is too scary because of the energetic landscape that you find yourself in, the people that are around you that are reflecting fear or discord, then step into the small aspects of truth, like you having potato chips, or just kind of like, I went through a process of just asking, what does love look like in this moment, what does joy look like in this moment for me, and then allowing myself to do that, allowing myself. And it didn't matter even if it was a tiny thing, like you say, eating something that just brought you joy in that moment, or doing something that brings you joy in that moment. And that's, I feel, how we gain our clarity, because we're connecting in with ourselves, and we're building that relationship with ourselves to enable that crystal clear connection. And it for me, it really is just about being that true, clear and perfect channel, allowing our
Yes, you are. They said you are that channel. You are a mystic, and you teach by osmosis. That's what's happening with you. You don't even have to talk, Lou. They're also Metatron has moved into our field to answer that question. He's a wonderful astrologist. Thank you. The answer to that, if we look up at the patterns in the star systems in the universe, we always get our reflective answer. And at this time, just yesterday, the bigness, the big kahuna, the big, I need a big event is Jupiter. It's Zeus. And that's what represents our seers, our teachers, our higher philosopher, the philosopher within us. And Jupiter moved to 29 degrees Pisces yesterday. And it's going to be there for a while, a few months until it moves direct. And then Jupiter will then go back into the point of spring, the 0 degree Aries, where astrology begins its new year. So right now, since yesterday, we're going backwards. Jupiter, our planet of growth in the big picture, and Neptune, the oneness, the consciousness of letting go of the great deception to moving into the great miracle. We have our choice. They have just come back together. They're within focus. Neptune and Jupiter are in Pisces right now. And Jupiter going backwards is a cosmic rain check, again, to retrieve where we find our teachers, our guidance teams. And again, it's reflecting as within. The Pisces is the 12th house. It's Yeshua ben Joseph. It's the photonic energy before we come into the human light, the light of Aries. So the answer to that is yes, your activation, your bigness is in the sacred temple. Pisces is omnipresence. It's all the sacred archetypes, and all the archangels are coming forward in the lavender violet light around us right now. They are holding the field for us. This is beautiful. So we're going back to find the master within us. Jupiter in Pisces is the great miracle. In April, I think it was March or April, they came together, Jupiter and Neptune, and then Jupiter went ahead, jumped into Aries, breaking up everything, being egoic, showing you where Chiron is in Aries, showing you where our weaknesses are and where our inverted field of consciousness, our courage is. It's been inverted. And you know this, Lou, because you had your Chiron return. When you got that hit, it's like inverted back to your power. All right, I've gone around the rose bush. Now I'm right in the middle. So this beautiful, tremendous timepiece over the next 6 weeks is literally where we get our answers in the divine worship and love of the great masters that are working through us. We're in the body, you know, they're not. They come in through us to bring the new goodness to descend on earth. And every one of you is so being honored by these beautiful collective, and Metatron, which gives me this shakes when he comes in, because aren't every one of you sacred geometry? And he pulls his hands out and he pushes them in. It's like a rubber band. You grow and you shrink. You grow and you shrink. Isn't it all activating the beautiful electrical currents that we'll never remember what we don't know? Because we know that we know that we don't know. We activate the soul crystal of all there is love. There's something coming in, they're showing me, that is brilliant light. And I just don't know if it's not physical. It's a wave of consciousness. We've been waiting our whole lives for these moments. Michael says, don't mess them up. Don't go the wrong way. We told you, be courageous. And at this time, our holy bodhisattva selves are being brought back into our awareness. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for that. We have such gratitude for the one of it all. So be it. We are known to God. Remember that.
Absolutely. I'm just aware of the time, and we've been speaking for nearly an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this conversation up. Is there anything that wants to be shared before we sign off?
They're expressing that there is, what we do know is there's an acceleration that is taking place this year as we realize we literally are in a reflective transit this whole year. 2020, 2022 really is living my design. You know, it can be lonely in here reflecting the world. Each and every one of you is looking at this world. They said, remember who you are. We're rising into the Aquarian field. Nothing that is not necessary will go with us. We were let go of everything and burn it down with joy and glee. They say, stilling the motor, the new awareness is assured and experienced. And the collective will be a brilliant, mystical star of her own. They said there will be space travel and beings wanting to come to Earth in the future. I never thought of that. I thought we're all getting out of here. But that's so wonderful that we will have a new improved consciousness, that everything and every new machinery that is not to harm the body, all the higher sonar and the vibrations will increase. And it will be the magical tour that we've all waited for on Spaceship Earth. A magical mystery tour coming back to our own delight. We have to bring up the love. That's all there is.
Yeah, absolutely. What I've just had come through is basically we've never really experienced Earth in the way that we came here to experience, and that's what's opening up for us. And it's kind of like we don't have to go anywhere. It's like they're kind of showing me we're going to be opening into like a fun park, and we're all at the gates waiting for the gates to open, and we're just going to kind of rush through and actually experience the frequency, the highest frequencies that the earth plane can hold and is holding in the unseen realm, for the first time in the physical. And that's what we're kind of here to do. So
thank you. I just had the beauty of, I got to hold your sacral, that beautiful energy of you. I felt it come back to me. That was quite beautiful. It's really a beautiful camaraderie that we created here today, even that most of the guidance teams look pretty heavy, disciplined, and, purposeful. But we still had a little fun in the midst of it all.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the beautiful gifts that we have, and the strengths that we have is that, it's like you can I mean, I have a lot of Scorpio in me. We can stand facing the shadows, facing the darkest of dark, but bring humor, bring joy, bring love, bring compassion, and just bring our own light to kind of walk through and make the path through the dark, because that's what we all are here to do. So but
yes, you are the path, Miss Lou. You are the path. We're not going to make it. We're going to follow you.
No. The torchbearer.
Yeah, the ruler of your cross too. I know where I'm going. Everyone else can join in, and that is the purpose of us coming together with all the hard work and effort you put into these connections. It's so much more than people know. It's divine commitment, and we honor and see you clearly. You are truly a holy master.
As are you, and as are a lot of people who are joining us, even if they're not aware of that in themselves.
There was much more to say, but we feel that we completed the circle, and that each and every one of you, please hydrate, drink a lot of water, just be lighter. We did take off about 13 or 14 veils of forgetfulness today. So I would say very good work. I was hoping for more, but there's more people that will join us later in a recording, and then we will be able to raise the roof a little more. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine, for joining us again. It's always such a blessing to have you on the show. And I absolutely love you, which you know. So it's just so beautiful to share space with you. Thank you to everybody who joined live. Thank you to everybody who's looking on the live stream on YouTube. And thank you to everybody who connects in on the replays. Whenever this replay will be available on my YouTube channel, because really it's just about connecting in with those people in perfect timing for them. So whenever you're connecting in with this call, you will receive the perfect transmission, the perfect messages and guidance, regardless of when it is that you connect in. So again, I recommend everybody going and having a look at Catherine's special offer. Extremely generous special offer to have a private one-to-one session with Catherine for an hour at a massively reduced price of $149. You can find her special offer page underneath her photo on the upcoming calls page and on the replay page, and you can also find details and the links on the free gifts page on the website as well. So from me to you, thank you all for joining space and for creating this magic that is the Mundane to Magical Online Summit. And as we move forward through the next few weeks and months, moving forward in that awareness of joy, in that awareness of who we are as those beings of light, and allowing yourself to bring your own light essence into your own experience as you take each step through whatever happens. Tomorrow we have another live call with a brand new speaker, Colby Wilk, who I'm really excited to share space with and to bring his energy to you all in this audience and in this community as well. So until then, until we all meet again in the etheric online, so much love to you all. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Love you.